Hello, everybody, and welcome to Bigger, Better Launch. This is now our, Cassandra, what is it? May, June, July, 4th? This is our fourth?
Fourth Bigger, Better Launch. Isn't that crazy?
I love it. I love it. This is crazy. So guys, I'm really excited that everybody is here. Please, just as always, as you come into the room, please hit us up in the chat and let us know where you guys are watching from. All right, cool. We have a lot of different levels here, but again, I just want to always make sure that, we don't do, guys, here at Helium 10, we don't have webinars, our Bigger, Better Launch. Hey, this is only going to be for if you're making 7 figures, or you know what, this is only going to be for newbies on Amazon. At Helium 10, we want everybody to take advantage of the education and the training and the new tools that we launch. That's why we have all of you together in the same room, because you're all going to equally benefit today. All right. Now, Cassandra, I think you have some homework for them.
Oh, I do. Okay. So we want everyone grab your cell phones, head over to Instagram, and take a selfie while you're watching today's Bigger, Better Launch. Here's some examples from some past participants. As you mentioned, this is our 4th Bigger, Better Launch. So snap a selfie and tag us at Helium 10 Software and tag Sell and Scale Summit. So that's a really good time and an opportunity to check out that account and all the activities that we have coming up for you this September in Las Vegas. So definitely hit us up, and we have our TikTok queen, Sydney, on the back end. She'll be sharing our posts, and we'll reach out for a winner later today.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, guys. So send those Instagram posts in. Meantime, let me just give you guys a quick recap of what we did. Again, this is something we do every month. We've been doing this since May. We bring you guys all of the recent releases that we've done at Helium 10. And we've always been releasing stuff. We've been releasing stuff every month. But what we found out was, there is something that maybe we launched like 9 months ago, and then I'd be talking to a Helium 10 member at a conference, like, what? I didn't know you guys had that. I'm like, you know what? How do we make sure that everybody knows all of our new releases? And so that's the idea behind Bigger, Better Launch. We're getting bigger, we're getting better, and we're doing that by launching new stuff. So last month, July, in the previous episode, previously on Bigger, Better Launch. Is that how it goes on TV shows?
Something like continuing soap opera. I love it.
Yeah, there we go. We launched the full version of Market Tracker 360. That's actually for those enterprise level ones that you guys had mentioned on the poll. We have a recommended tool now after token connection. That's for the brand new sellers. Like I said, guys, we launch stuff for everybody. We have something cool for Listing Analyzer. 2 places to launch Listing Analyzer. We integrated from X-Ray and then also from Cerebro. We talked about the Business Assistance Fund. That was something that we did for the community last month, and a lot of you took advantage of that. We launched a brand new tool that everybody, I think this might have won. I think this number 6 right here won last month. X-Ray Keywords that launched a new tool. Hopefully you guys have been using that. We launched the Adtomic Campaign Builder, business reports, funnel widgets. We talked about the relaunch of Facebook group daily educational posts that our team has been doing. And also we had something new for Amazon attribution. Real quick in the chat, of these things that launched last month, which one was your favorite? I know at the time which one was your favorite, but which one have you guys been using?
I feel like Walmart just got like an honorable mention. That's very
Walmart got an honorable mention. Yeah, I saw that too.
X-ray keywords, more Walmart. So shout out to Carrie for that one. But yeah, X-ray seems to be the overwhelming winner. Atomic, we're not sure if that was Vince on the back end, but no, definitely was not. He's not skewing results. Keywords.
He's driving right now, I think, on the way to us. X-ray keywords FTW for the win. All right, guys. Well, what's your favorite going to be this month? Let's see. What do we have cooking for August? Now, hold on, guys. Hold on. We are doing something that we have never done before. This is going to be a little bit of a special edition, a special episode of the Bigger, Better Launch, guys. It's actually, we are going to be giving you guys some strategies before we even get to the new launches. But real quick, one last poll. I think we got the poll thing fixed right now. I want to know where you guys are selling. We haven't done this poll ever on a Bigger, Better Launch. So I'm just very curious. Let's throw up the poll of what marketplaces they are currently selling in. There's Amazon North America, Walmart.
Yeah. I hope Walmart gets a shout out, considering we have some fans on there already.
Yep.
Amazon Middle East, the UAE. I hear so much chatter about that on social and in our Facebook group. So very exciting to see what the results will be. I feel like we're on like a telethon or something, and it's like,
yes,
You're waiting for the numbers to come in and if we hit like our goals or something.
Yes, because it's a really cool how I've been talking trash on Zoom because of the earlier mishaps, but it's actually kind of cool, this Zoom poll thing.
They redeem themselves. So it looks like
Indeed.
Amazon North America is taking the lead, USA, Canada, Mexico. Very
Wow,
exciting.
20%. All right. I love it, guys. I love to see it. 20% of you guys are selling on Walmart.com. If we did this poll like 2 years ago, that number would have been like 3%. So I'm really happy to see everybody making sure that they're starting to sell in Walmart. And we see 26% in Amazon Europe. All right. I'm going to go ahead and end that poll. That is great to know. I saw there's a few in the UAE, as Cassandra said. We actually launched tools for the UAE last a couple months ago on a BBL. All right. What month is this again, Cassandra?
It's August.
And what does that mean for everybody?
It's community month. I realized you were not asking me about a calendar year. It is community month. That is one of our strongest points here at Helium 10. And we have so much exciting stuff in store. Bradley, are you ready to give the people what they want?
I am ready. I'm giving them what they want and what they need and what they didn't even know they need. So what we did, guys, we went out and we got a lot of the experts from around the world in the Amazon and the Walmart space. And we're like, hey, give us a quick hitting strategy that we could share because this is community month. We don't want to just talk about the things that Helium 10 is launching, but we got Q4 around the corner. We want to make sure that you guys are prepared. So these strategies don't come from us here at Helium 10. These come from outside sources. So let's go ahead and hop right into it, guys. The very first one is from Destiny Wishon. All right. Now this, she's from Better AMS. And what they did was they actually wrote out their strategy. So I'm going to go ahead and read it to you guys just to make sure I get it completely correct. And let's see what you guys think. Want to maximize the reach and sales of the deals you're running? Create ads specifically curated to drive traffic during the time of your deal. Most people don't realize that you can actually customize your ads to best promote your coupons, discounts, and deals, she says. Copy your top performing sponsored brand campaigns. Change the start and end dates to align with the deal you're going to run. For example, you can adjust your ad copy to highlight your promotion, like if you're doing a deal of the day, maybe you're doing best deals, or maybe you're doing one of those save on promotions. What you're going to want to do next is adjust your bids and targeting to drive more volume. You're going to want to do competitor targeting with higher bids and higher budgets. She said that most people actually don't realize that it's okay to terms of service to have sales copy. The key is having your campaign fall within the start and end date of your deals. These steps can help maximize traffic by giving customers a more enticing reason to click on our ads. And who doesn't love discounted products? All right, guys. So again, to recap, we're copying our successful James Brond. What in the world? Your sponsored brand ad campaigns, guys. And then I hope you understand that, like, some of you guys have set up deals of the day or lightning deals well in advance, and you know the exact date that it's going to run on. So make a separate sponsored brand ad campaign, put it to the start and end, and have some sales copy, either via the image or the text right there on that campaign, and it's gonna get some better activity. You guys like that one? Make sure to take note of which ones you like. Every few ones, or after half of these, we're gonna have you guys vote on which one you guys like. We love PPC. Let's go to another PPC one. Strategy number 2 from Joel. How do you say his last name, Cassandra?
Joe S., who will be speaking at Sell and Scale Summit.
Yes, Joe S. I'm gonna go ahead and try it. Shellerud. Joe Shellerud from Ad Advance. All right. This one is, again, about sponsored ads. His strategy goes like this. He says, did you know that one of the most underutilized sponsored ads features is also the feature that gets your ad shown more for the top performing place on Amazon? Placement adjustments get your product ads at the top of search more often by boosting the bid for that spot. Top of search placements convert into sales 2 times more often than other sponsored product ads. So most of the time, the increased bid for this placement is totally worth it. Go to your sponsored product campaigns, click on the placement tab, and make sure you've got bid adjustments for top of search. Now, let me be transparent here. I run probably 300 campaigns. I have not utilized this top of search bid optimizer. Let me know in the comments really quick before we go to the next one. How many of you guys are using this strategy, and have you seen positive marks from it?
Strategy 2 works. Anna has used it herself. Mike
I love
says
it.
Yep. Rodell says yes. Top of bid is needed. Okay, yeah, we're getting an overwhelming.
All right, guys. So it's not just Joe with the hard to pronounce last name saying that this is great. Look at all of the Helium 10 users also saying this is a great strategy. So if you're not using that strategy, namely myself, I probably should start using that. Okay. Strategy number 3. This is from Leah McHugh, a nice, easy to pronounce last name. She works for e-commerce Chris. I told her when I had her on the podcast, you got to get the name to e-commerce Leah too. That's not fair. It's just named after her boss. Anyways, her strategy is, if your listing is blocked due to content on the listing, and for those of you who don't know, haven't heard her on the podcast, e-commerce Chris, they're part of our Seller Solutions Hub, and so she's a specialist with people who get suspended on Amazon and have like issues like that. So this is coming from somebody who knows this field here. So she says, if your listing gets blocked due to content on the listing, you need to edit it before you get reinstated. But changes you make to the listing won't go through while your listing is blocked. It's kind of like a catch-22. I know I've seen this in the Facebook group, like, all right, Amazon blocked me, but I can't make the changes because my listing is blocked, but they're telling me to make changes, right? That's Amazon for you, Cassandra. Now, what you need to do, she says, is to update the listing with a flat file upload. Then you call as in call on the phone through seller support, the catalog team with the batch ID, and have them push the changes through for you manually. This is not something you can just do on your own in Seller Central, guys. You're not going to see these changes in Seller Central, but Amazon's teams are going to see the change in their system, and then you can appeal for reinstatement. So, knock on wood, hopefully the majority of you do not ever have to deal with this kind of situation. But I know I've seen this a lot of times where people are like, what do I do? They want me to update my listing because there's something that's forbidden there, but I can't even get in there. So again, call the catalog team, give them the batch ID, and have them do it manually. Did you see what Brandon says?
That's another webinar discussion for later, I think, Bradley.
Yeah. Have you ever tried to call Amazon in the UK? It's easier to speak to the queen. It's easier to speak to the queen. Okay. All right. Let's go. And strategy number 4. We're knocking this stuff out here. All right. This is from Michael Jackness from Ecom Crew. He actually used to live like 10 minutes from me, but now I think he lives in Vegas or another state. Anyways,
Vegas, yeah.
He lives in Vegas. He does live in Vegas. Okay. You know it better than I. All right. Michael says, we all stress so much about what keywords to use for PPC and how much to bid on each one. But have you looked at what times of the day your PPC campaigns perform best? For instance, we've started using day parting and block out 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Block out as in like, hey, I guess they're going to go dark on their ads. It's really helped bolster the overall performance of our PPC campaigns by increasing our ROI 18%. So some of you might be wondering, well, how in the world, can I know what time of day my campaigns are working? Now, that's actually a feature that is going to be coming to a future BBL, because we're going to have that in Adtomic. But right now, I know some of you guys use our sister company, PackView. And if you are using PackView, you're going to be you're going to be able to see what time of day, what performance is happening with your campaign. So if you want to jump into this strategy and you're a bigger seller, I highly recommend, checking PackView out, or those of you who are already using PackView, I notice some of you are, make sure to be looking at this, because you might notice some blocks of the day where your campaigns just don't perform at all. And you're going to have a great increase on your bottom line if you start optimizing your campaigns or day parting, as we call it in the ad space. All right, so there's the first 4 right there. Cassandra, what news do you have for us here?
Well, first, day parting should not be confused with day partying, which is what we'll be doing at Sell and Scale Summit.
I was about to say it was what you guys are doing in the tequila room over there.
That's a solo party. But on to bigger and better news. Thank you, Sydney, in the chat, for laughing along with me. We are opening the vault to our highest membership tier here at Helium 10. We are unlocking the door, and registration is now open that you can sign up to be a Helium 10 Elite member. This is very exciting. We normally have it closed off. If you're an Elite member, you're in, but now we are opening the doors and you're able to sign up. And we have a very special upcoming Elite workshop for Q3 featuring Yana and Lazar, who are coming all the way from Serbia and will be speaking at Sell and Scale Summit. So this is probably a rare opportunity to get to see them at an Elite workshop. Toma Rabinovich, as you mentioned, he has a new book coming out. I'm sure there'll be a lot of great tips and tricks and strategies to learn from him. Michael Labar, shout out to our Walmart king. And of course, Alina Vlek, we love her so much. She always has the best ranking strategies in town in the Amazon community. So scan that QR code, sign up now, go to helium10.com/elite. And we can't wait to see you in Las Vegas or our HQ. Maybe you might get to see the tequila room. You can't see it because of my background right now, but it's cool. And if you've seen photos of it on Instagram or any other social media cohorts, you know that this is definitely something you'd like to partake in. So Bradley, do you have any thoughts or additional hype that you'd like to add to the opening?
Just remember, guys, this is not something that it's like back in the day, you could just sign up for Elite whenever you wanted. So you might be wondering, well, why in the world does this merit a slide here? But 95% of the year, guys, you cannot sign up for Elite, even if you wanted to. It is closed. And normally we don't have it on in just a random time like this. We usually maybe open it up towards the end of quarters. But again, as Cassandra said before, this is community month. We want to, there's a lot of you guys sending us emails saying, hey, we want to get into Elite to be able to go to these workshops, to be able to get these advanced trainings. So it's open for a limited time. I just checked. It doesn't say when it's going to end, but I would assume we're going to close it back up next week. So don't delay, guys. Upgrade now before it closes again, and then you're not going to be able to get in there for a couple months, and you're not going to be able to go to that workshop. All right, let's get back to the strategies. Let's go with the king, Kevin King, strategy number 5. All right. He says, if your product is giftable for a birthday or wedding anniversary, for example, consider running Facebook ads and choose the audience target called friends of. All right. Friends of. When you type that into the Facebook audience selection for a new ad you're setting up, you're going to see a list of things like friends of women who are getting married, or friends of men who have a birthday this month, and so on. These can be highly effective for generating sales on Amazon or Walmart for your product if you have something people might want to give as a gift and your ad speaks to them. All right. Now, earlier, the top of search bid modification, a lot of you said that, oh yeah, I'm already using that. How many are actually doing this? I bet only very few, if any. And if not, is this something that if you are running Facebook ads, you want to try? We have somebody says this can 100% work for certain niches.
I like that Mike Brown just keeps pushing Crazy Sock TV.
Crazy Sock TV. Mike Brown he better be coming to Sell and Scale and joining the Zumba class for some Crazy Sock TV action. That's an inside joke, guys. Don't look that up on YouTube during this or you're going to get too distracted. Christopher says, make sure you post first. All right. So it sounds like not a lot of you are using this, but it's something that you would consider. So guys, check this out. If you're running Facebook ads, give this a try. Now, if you're selling something like, Phillips head screwdrivers or something, this is not exactly, something that, might go along with one of these events. But if you have a giftable product, then this is something that you should definitely consider. Number 6, this is from Isabella Hamilton, the CEO and founder of Adtomic. All right. Her strategy is 4 simple steps into creating your own brand fan group. Step number 1, she says, create a meetup event in your city. It could be as simple as, this, product testing opportunity in San Diego. We will serve light refreshments and pizza. All I need is an hour of your time to tell me how awesome my product is or how terrible. I won't be offended. In fact, the more faults you find, the better, et cetera, et cetera. So this is how you set up like an Eventbrite or something like this. Step 2, before the meetup, create a list of 20 to 40 questions on everything pertaining to your product. At the event, have everyone test the product and fill out your survey. What are her last 2 steps there, Cassandra, if you can see it? Rest my breath here.
Allow them to keep their product, create fan lists from attendees. I have a full screen up right now, Bradley, but I'm sure there's a lot of exciting information that she had full-fledged on her advice and tips. And
in a nutshell, guys, what she's saying is, you get this group of people together and then you build this meetup. And yeah, it costs you money for pizza and things like that. But what you're getting is invaluable feedback on your product. You can even offer for them to keep the product as long as they like shout you out on social media. Now, what you want to do is create a fan list of those who attend, according to Isabella, and you're going to have a super fan list that you can rely on to help you with future product launches. Not to mention, this isn't just about building a list. I mean, you are getting valuable feedback on a product so that maybe you can fix something before you even send it to production. So thank you for that tip, Isabella. Strategy number 7. This is from Burak Yolga. I just saw him in Texas yesterday. He's the founder of ForceGet. That's another partner from our Seller Solutions hub for freight forwarding. Now, this is his strategy. He says one of the biggest expenses for Amazon FBA sellers is international freight costs. Did you know that there's a way to save up to 20% on shipping costs? Many elements affect international freight costs, such as supplier location, China, transit time, shipping methods, etc. Shipping to Amazon FBA warehouses on the West Coast can be 20% cheaper than on the East Coast. So you need to deliver your products to the West Coast warehouses. This is the best way to do it. The ship from address is our secret method, he says. Instead of using an overseas factory address, such as China or Vietnam, use one of the nearest addresses to one of the Amazon FBA warehouses on the West Coast for the ship from address. And you can kind of see that there in that screenshot. I know it's kind of hard to see. But in this way, Amazon's algorithm will assign the nearest FBA warehouse as to send this inventory to. There's a snapshot below, and we chose California for the ship from address instead of the China factory address. So what happened here was the Amazon algorithm assigned it to the SMF3 warehouse. I believe that's in Stockton, California. I send stuff to that warehouse all the time here from Southern California. Now, guys, you can just imagine, the shipping freight, decrease. Like if you have to send something to like Newark, New Jersey, FBA, and it's coming from China, and if it goes to California first, now you're paying extra to ship all the way to the East Coast, as opposed to, like, let's say something comes into the Oakland port, which is in Northern California, and then you just have to go from there to Stockton, California. All right. So he says he has seen customers save up to 20% on international shipping cost in this way. Somebody says, hey, but Amazon doesn't allow us to choose which warehouse. No, it doesn't. But that's why you're making Amazon choose something closer because of the origin address. If the origin address is overseas, they'll just maybe send you to any random address. But sometimes, this is not, every time, but if you're putting the origin address as very close to the warehouse, they're like, okay, this just makes sense. We'll just go ahead and assign you to that warehouse. All right. So that was a good one right there too. Let's go to strategy number 8. Strategy number 8 is from Melissa Vong. She's the CEO of Buzz Ventures. All right. She says, if you're launching a new product, you can get a badge for the #1 new release. All right. How does that look? Look here at the screen, at the screenshot. This product here is a #1 new release in baby gift basket. So how do you get that badge? Well, this is a strategy that she has come up with for this. So to figure out the number of sales per day, you need to take over the new to be the new #1 release badge. You can check your competitors' monthly sales using Helium 10 and then divide that number by 30 to get an average daily sales number. This is probably how many sales per day you're going to need to beat in order to become the new #1 in new releases for your subcategory. And it's usually not as unattainable as you would think, she says. With this in mind, you can have a goalpost to hit when structuring your paid campaigns and promotions. Simply being aware of what it takes to get to that #1 spot will help you plan your launches accordingly. And again, she's not talking about search, find, buy, or using some black hat tactics or rebates, but like, let's say you're going to push heavy PPC. Maybe you're going to push PPC on Google. Maybe you're going to run Facebook ads. Whatever you need to do to try to get that initial sales velocity. You might have to give a discount, which is completely fine. Amazon coupons and discounts are absolutely within terms of service because it's from Amazon. But you got to try and have this target sales velocity to take over that #1 new release badge. All right, guys, let's do a quick poll. We've done 8 strategies. We've got 8 more. Which one has been your favorite so far?
Ooh, this is going to be a tough one. Gosh, look at it light up. Okay. Barack is making some headway. Kevin King, the king, of course, takes the lead. Michael Jackness, very exciting. Can you believe, Bradley? This is just the tips of the iceberg, if you will, though. I know I'm very punny today. I don't know why, but imagine what all the value and everything you're going to get from their full presentations at Sell and Scale Summit. Isn't that crazy? Like there's going to be so much to it. Wow. Kevin King, Facebook ads, Destiny with Sean.
Do we have a winner? Well, this is a pretty tight race here. So it looks like, wow, 20% to 19, 20% Kevin King has won, and then 19% Burak Yoga's thing. All right, regardless, guys, I want you to just, swear to yourself, raise your right hand, guys. I promise, everybody repeat after me. I promise, I don't care if you're in the car, don't take your hand off the wheel. I promise to use at least 2 of these strategies in my Amazon business. All right, did everybody say that? I promise to use. Okay, I hope you guys did. I don't want, when we do this stuff, guys, you don't know how much it drives me up the wall. And then people are saying, oh, these are the most amazing strategies. I love it. And then 5 months later, I talk to the person, I ask them, well, which ones did you implement? Oh, I haven't done it yet. No, guys. All right. So you all just raise your right hand and you promised to do it. All right. So let's, who wants some more strategies? Let's go ahead and end that poll there. Who wants more strategies? Heart, by the way, heart signs.
I'm sure they still have their hand raised and saying they want more strategies. And Bradley,
Maria wants more.
You can pop quiz some people too when we're live in person. Like how many of these strategies have they applied? So
absolutely. If I see you guys, I'm going to be asking you. Allison had her hand raised there. So Allison, I'm going to be following up with you. All right. Janice has his or her hand raised. Usman does. All right. I'm going to you guys. All right. Let's go for some more strategies. But before we do, Cassandra, I think you have another announcement for us.
I do. Again, keeping in the theme of Community Month, we have a very exciting announcement regarding YouTube. So Bradley, you have been at the helm of the Serious Sellers podcast, and we, of course, recently broadened out with a Spanish and German version. And those are led by Marcus and Adriana. And now we have dedicated YouTube channels for both of those podcasts. So you can see all the main Serious Seller podcasts, Bradley on the weekly basis on our main YouTube channel, but we also have a sub channel for all of our German and Spanish podcasts for Serious Sellers podcast. So be sure and head over there. Sydney and Sean will be dropping the links in the chat. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us in our Facebook groups, but look for those weekly updates. We will also have our bigger, better launches translated into both German and Spanish, and they will be housed on our YouTube channels there. So there's a lot of exciting content that you can get for the German and Spanish listener. I'm excited. I'm not a fluent German.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch, Cassandra?
You'd think I'd learn more. I do hear these podcasts on a regular basis. Spanish is iffy, but I'm excited. I'm sure.
Wait, are you saying you listen to the German podcasts, but you don't? Just for kicks and giggles?
Just, those lonely nights, Bradley. You just kind of listen.
Well, Marcus does have a very soothing
it's ASMR.
a voice made for radio for sure, for Marcus and Adriana too. So guys, if you're already listening to the podcast on the podcast player, this is great, but still check out the YouTube channel. There's no video on there. So all we're doing is we're putting the audio, up on there. But especially subscribe to this if you speak Spanish or German, because the one that will have some video is when we do the translation of the bigger, better launches. So that's really what we want you guys to be able to, understand all of our announcements in your native tongue. All right, let's go. I see a lot of people asking for more strategies, so let's keep it going. Number 9, we did pretty well with our other Isabella strategy. So let's go with another Isabella Ritz from Ritz Momentum. Strategy number 9. She says, in order to validate the product idea before you consider sourcing and launching a product, follow these steps. Number 1, create a list of 5 to 10 main relevant keywords. Now, what you're going to want to do is compare the Google and Amazon search results and search volume to make sure they're kind of on the same page. And guess what, guys? That right there was a BBL announcement we did a couple of months ago, where Rachel and Vincent and our awesome research team here, what they did was whenever you see the graph icon inside of Helium 10 on a search volume, all right, there's a search volume number, and then you'll see a graph icon. You hit that. There's now a drop down menu, and you can actually see on the same graph or the same little window, the Walmart search volume history, the Amazon search volume history, and the Google Trends. Real quick, how many people did not know that? Be honest. How many people did not know that you could actually see all 3? Look at that. Look how many people did it. You guys obviously were not on our BBL.
Couple raised hands.
A couple raised hands. Okay, that's good. That's good. Well, Maria says, what is that tool called? It's actually not necessarily a tool, but it's just wherever you see search volume inside of Helium 10, there's a little icon and just click on it and then you'll see the different graphs. So anyways, that's what Isabella was saying, that check both of the search volume. She didn't say check the Walmart one, but check the Google trends and the Amazon search volume. Number 2, build your customer's avatar or your consumer's avatar, she says. Search for the best seller based on the buyer's feedback, not based on just sales. All right. So who's the best as in the coolest or the most efficient seller, not necessarily the highest selling one, but based on like maybe who's got the most positive reviews as well. Number 3, use PickFu or Helium 10 audience that's another tool that we have in our suite, guys, to ask your specific avatar what they think about your competitor's product and how they want to improve it. At this point, you're not even like showing them your product. You're only showing them the competitor's product. And with tools like Helium 10 Audience, you can actually get feedback from real Amazon customers to understand like what they like or don't like about things. No, step number 4, use the answers to develop your own private label product. Then test it against the main competitor until your avatar votes more for your product than theirs. She's still talking about using Helium 10 Audience or PickFu. So in other words, step 1 on the PickFu or Helium 10 Audience is, hey guys, what do you think of this product? And this is your competitor's product. All right. And then, oh, I love this. You know, I would improve this. So now what you do is you go and improve these things and then maybe make a mock listing or a mock product description. Now you go back to Helium 10 Audience and to another group of sellers, all right, or buyers, I should say. What do you guys think of this? And then what you do, you compare the two. Now you put your product, your potential product with that original competitors, and then see which one would they like more. And then you keep tweaking it until for sure everybody picks your product, or not everybody, but the majority picks your product over that competitor's product. She concludes here, or do you have access to the notes yet, Cassandra?
I do.
Okay, well, what's the last thing she said there?
Her final thought is, this is one of the best ways to make sure you are making something that people will buy because it actually solves their problems. I love that. That's incredible to hear.
Super important, because sometimes we think about, hey, we're just trying to like make maybe somebody's life better, but hey, think about solving a problem first. That's much more powerful than just like improving somebody's getting some kind of bonus or something. It's like actually fixing somebody's problem. All right. Strategy number 10, Mr. Tomer Rabinovich, the CEO of Top Dog. He's got a long one here. All right, guys. So bear with me. I need to clear my throat. Hold on.
I was going to say, tag me in, Bradley, if needed.
What was that thing? Let me clear my throat. Okay. Anyways, I'm aging myself. All right, here we go. Do you know those products that don't have sales data in Helium 10's X-ray? He's not trying to throw Helium 10 under the bus. This is just a fact. I mean, regardless of what tool it is, there are certain products that, you know, Helium 10 or other tools just don't have sales data on because of something lacking from Amazon on that side. Now, here's what he says. There are 2 ways to estimate how much they sell. Number 1, just go to the product subcategory and see its position, like if it's in the top 100. For the sake of this example, let's assume that it's rank number 10. Since BSR, bestseller rank, is based on sales, we know that it's selling better than number 9 and it's selling less than number 11, right, on the BSR chart. So in case products that are above and below the BSR of the product do have sales data, now you know that this product is selling somewhere in between. So what you can do, guys, I hope you guys know this, but anytime you see a link to a BSR chart, you know, like this is, you're on the product page on Amazon. At the very bottom, it'll say 2 BSRs, usually the parent category, like health and household. And then let's say it'll be in the, you know, subcategory of, you know, organic toothpaste or something. And maybe it says, hey, this is 10 out of 100 or 10 out of 1,000 or whatever of organic toothpaste. There's a link there. You click that link and it brings you to the top 100 BSR page of that subcategory. And so if you see a product that Helium 10 doesn't have sales estimates on that page, guess what, guys? Run X-ray on that whole page. You can actually run X-ray on BSR top 100 pages. And then possibly other products there do have sales estimates. So that's one way you can estimate this sales, even though it doesn't have sales. Hope that makes sense. Number 2, he says, let's say the product doesn't have a subcategory. Well, run X-ray and download the data to a spreadsheet. All right. So divide the number of reviews. Remember, X-Ray has a lot of stuff. It's not just talking about sales, right? So one of the things that it has is the number of reviews. So divide the number of reviews in the last 90 days by the number of sales in the last 90 days. This will give you a percentage across all of the competing products. Take the number of reviews generated by the competitor you want to analyze and divide that by this percentage. It's going to give you the estimated number of sales. You're multiplying it by the number of sales to get the total revenue. So maybe you're wondering, what do I even multiply it for? Okay, I got the reviews, right? And what's the average thing I need to be multiplying or dividing in order to get like an estimated sales? So what he says for that, excuse me, he says divide 2%. He didn't say, excuse me, that was me. He says divide 2% by the reviews generated of the last 90 days. And that's going to bring you close to the sales generated in the last 90 days. Do the same for 5% as well. And then just know that most products are getting between 2 and 5% of review percentage from their sales. Does that make sense, guys? You know the number of reviews they've gotten in the last 30 or 90 days, thanks to the Helium 10 Chrome extension. Maybe you don't know the sales, but you're now dividing it by 2% and then by 5%, and then using that as your range. He says, what can you use this for? Besides analyzing a niche to understand its full potential, you can also use this strategy to find products where no one is looking and find products with barely or no sales data. You know, the average person is just gonna be like, oh, I don't see a sales estimate. I'm just gonna give up my product research on this. So think that 90% of people maybe are doing that. But if you guys use Tomer's strategy, now all of a sudden, you might be analyzing something that 90% of people already gave up on. So this is a really good strategy as well. Next, number 11. This is from Mark Casey. He's the CEO of House of Amazon. All right. He says, add a return to manufacturer sticker. Few sellers know that returns of FBA orders directly to the, to the seller, if you're the manufacturer, this is permitted. What's good about these returns is they are outside of Amazon's metric system. In other words, Amazon never knows the item was returned, which results in your product having a lower return rate. You know, this is not something that's mind-boggling. You know, if you buy something on Amazon from like Samsung or a huge company, they almost always have their own like return policy where you can actually hit up Samsung directly and return to them. Now you might be wondering, well, why would I want to do this? Well, just remember, if the customer hits up Amazon to return it, you're probably going to lose that. You know, you're going to lose that. You know, not only you lose the money, but you're going to get a ding on your metrics on the Amazon side. You shouldn't have a return rate more than X percentage. But imagine if some of those customers, instead of hitting up Amazon for the return, they're hitting you up directly. This is totally within terms of service because this is a transaction that's happening outside of Amazon. If you replace their product, you're not getting hit on your metrics there. All right. One more strategy here before another announcement. This is from Chris Lyle, CEO of 10’s Growth Partners. All right, if you want to launch on Walmart with reviews on day one, this is the way to do it. Use one of Walmart's syndication partners, and let's see if we can get somebody to actually put this this link here. If you guys don't see the link, let me know. But if you can put the link inside the chat, Sean, if you can do that. I'm not going to say it because this link is, you guys can see it on the screen there. There we go. Oh, Cassandra, you're on it.
I'm on it.
Use this link, guys, and you can actually take the reviews from your D2C, your direct to customer website, and upload them directly to your Walmart listings. And so you're starting off on like day one with like 100 reviews or something. That's crazy. If you think about it, I mean, imagine if we could do that on Amazon. Wouldn't that be cool, guys, to be able to do that on Amazon? To like start from day one with like 50 or 100 reviews that come from your website. You can do that on Walmart. All right, Cassandra, back to you.
Oh, very exciting. All right. So our next community-focused announcement has to do with our Facebook group updates and the return of AMAs within the Facebook groups. So first and foremost, this is just another example of how Helium 10 really listens to the community. We heard your feedback. We have tightened up some regulations and rules within our Facebook groups and really made it more clear about who can give you trustworthy, credible resources for your Amazon business and who should you be taking advice from. So we have updated our rules and our 3 strikes policy. So if you want to familiarize with that, they are pinned to the top of our Facebook groups. That is the Helium 10 members group and FBA high rollers. Sean, you can drop those in the chat as well for anyone who may not be a member yet. We look forward to seeing you within the groups. And we have also added trusted resources that these are the agencies, these are the e-commerce experts within Amazon, Walmart, et cetera, that you should be trusting when getting information within our Facebook groups. That would be group administrators and moderators, which are definitely noted within the group. You'll see that icon right by their name. Of course, our members with group expert badges, those will be our Serious Sellers Club members, as well as trusted resources from our Seller Solutions Hub, including Bradley himself and our evangelist team. And of course, as mentioned, the Seller Solutions Hub for all of our agencies and any external resources you may need for your business. You can always refer to that link and our landing page for where you can find all the resources needed to better your business. So all that is pinned to the top of our Facebook groups on the FBA High Rollers and Helium 10 members. And the final resource, Bradley has a plethora of guests. As we just mentioned, we had a previous update regarding Serious Sellers podcast. Well, for the Serious Seller, you can also refer to all of Bradley's guests on the Serious Sellers podcast that may be giving some information within the groups, and AM PM podcast guests. So there is information within those podcasts themselves. And if they are commenting within the groups, you know that they have been vetted by yours truly, Bradley Sutton. And we will also now, the second announcement is really exciting to me. When I first started at Helium 10, Bradley was constantly going live and nothing would stop him. I remember a couple times he was driving and giving an AMA on the way to the office, or he would just come in selfie style and be giving an AMA. Well, we are bringing that energy back because we are bigger and better. And we will now be leveling up with our other brand evangelists, including Lem Turner, Carrie Miller, and Shivali Patel. So look for their AMAs going live, giving you in-depth resources and facts, tips, and tricks for tools and how you can better your business. Bradley, are you excited for the return of the AMA within the Facebook group?
Return of the AMA.
I love it.
Another song there.
All
right, yep, guys. Who remembers? Any old schoolers remember me and Matt Benton going like twice a week in the old Facebook group? Anybody remember that? I don't know if we have any old school Helium 10 users here who remember when we used to do that like twice a week way back in the day. Let me know in the chat if we have any old schoolers here, but I'm excited. I'm excited about that. Well, Sean, of course, remembers those. Sean actually came on those AMAs with me before too. All right. Michael says so too. Of course, Ted. Yeah, Ted definitely knows about it. Ted, what are you doing awake? Ted was messaging me at like 3 a.m. last night. Anyways, let's go on to strategy number 13. We only have 4 left, and then we are going to have some awesome product launches, guys. For you and announcements. And then I'm going to have also 2 bonus strategies for you as well. Number 13 is Janelle Page, CEO of Unifish. She says, I always include cross sells in my main carousel. Not everyone will scroll down to the A+ content, which already has a great cross sell grid you should definitely be taking advantage of. To ensure shoppers see all my other great products in my brand catalog, I make sure I include an image that shows our complementary products or hypes a new product recently launched. I will even call out promos or coupons on the image to increase the likelihood that they go check out. You guys can see this in 2 examples. This is ones that she actually, I believe, has worked on herself or knows of. All right, she continues. I know this doesn't sound revolutionary, but I'm astounded with how many brands don't take advantage of the opportunity to cross-sell your other products on their listings. This is especially This is especially powerful if you have a high traffic or bestseller ASIN. I have leveraged this strategy on new product launches with great success. I'll simply add my new product as a cross-sell item in the main image storyboard, as well as target my own listing with sponsored display ads under the buy box and bullet points with a 50% off coupon, and I'm on my way. Ooh, that's a good one right there. That is a good one. All right. Let me know if you guys are able to use that one as well, but I really like that one. Let's go to number 14, Mina Elias, the CEO and founder of the Trivium Group. When you're launching products that have child variations, like, for example, different flavors, colors, sizes, to figure out which one you need to run the ads for, firstly launch a few campaigns like auto, and then also a main one with the keywords being a broad match campaign or a phrase match campaign, and then let it run for a few weeks. All right. Now, After that, you're going to go to the advertisement product report, or if you're using Adtomic, you can also do that in Adtomic. And then if you're not using Adtomic, though, you're going to have to use a pivot table. So hopefully you guys know pivot tables and Microsoft Excel and stuff. And you could show that the clicks, impressions, spend, and sales for each of the variations. So then what you're going to be able to do is manually calculate click-through rate and advertising cost of sales and identify which of the variations got the best results. And then you can target only that variation in the new campaign. So like, let's say you've got this campaign with a red, blue, green, and orange. You've got your test campaign all running. When you run the data, you look at it in Adtomic or you look at it in your pivot tables, you see that, you know what, the blue one is the one that was really crushing it. Well, you don't want to have a bunch of unnecessary spend on those other colors if they're not performing well. Now you can make a new campaign only targeting that blue one. All right. And then so he says for the existing campaigns, you can go in and pause the ads for only the variations that did not perform well. That's another good one. We got a lot of PPC strategies today. All right, next one, number 15. If you see a product with a patent number, this is from Rich Goldstein. He's the patent attorney at Goldstein Patent Law. I love how most of these name the company after themselves. That's how you should. If you made your own company, name the company after yourself. Mina, I don't know, is his middle name Trivium or something? I don't know. But anyways, Rich has got it right here. He says, if you see a product with a patent number, all right, you know, you see it on Amazon or you see it somewhere else, always look up the patent to find out if the patent is expired, right? A lot of people do this. They'll say, oh yeah, I got a patent, but it expired in like 1964, right? An expired patent cannot be renewed. Many manufacturers continue to mark their products with this patent number even after it's expired. But if the patent is expired, it may be possible for you to copy the product exactly as described in the patent. So that's super interesting. You know, don't just automatically say, oh, I can't do anything similar to this product because it says there's a patent. Look up the patent, guys. All right. Over our last strategies here, which one was your favorite? Let's throw up another poll right now.
Oh my gosh, there's so many to choose from. Isabella Rich, Tomer.
Who's your money on, Cassandra?
People like the PPC, and it is community month, so we want to give the people what they want. Janelle Page seems to be taking the lead. She's incredible. It looks to be a little neck and neck between her and Mina. Oh my goodness, Bradley, I know we can't pick favorites, but do you have anyone that you'd bet your money on if you were in Vegas?
I probably would have bet on Janelle. I really like that one. You know, that cross sell. You know, some people think, oh no, isn't that against us? No, you're just putting the images of the different products. We actually do that on one of our coffin shelves when we launch a larger coffin shelf. The last image in the stack says, hey, if you want a bigger coffin shelf, look at our coffin bookshelf. All right, it looks like, oh man, it's neck and neck here.
I know, it's crazy.
Looks like Mina's won. Mina's won with the variation listing and PPC test campaigns. Janelle, a close second. Well, as Ricky Bobby would say, though, finish the thought. Do you know it, Cassandra?
I am not a Ricky Bobby fan.
Oh my goodness. If you ain't first, you're last. So Janelle, sorry, a lot of people completed my sentence there. So we got some.
Sorry, I have to practice my movie trivia.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and end that poll. All right, Cassandra, I think you got something else for us?
Yes. So I'm excited to announce, again, keeping with the theme of giving the people what they want. We recently launched about a year ago our Serious Sellers Club. So that is for 6, 7, 8, 9 figure plus, I believe. And we launched a LinkedIn group, and you know, we're not perfect here at Helium 10, although we are usually 9 out of 10 times, but we want to make it 10 out of 10 because that's what we do here at Helium 10. And so we had a lot of requests for a Facebook group for our Serious Sellers Club, and we have it now. It's live. So we have invited all of our Serious Sellers Club members to this Facebook group. We have also been noting all of our club members that are in our existing groups for more general population, the Helium 10 members, FBA high rollers, as we mentioned, and they will have badges noting that they are e-commerce experts. So look for some special announcements there. Bradley, I know you do some monthly, quarterly roundtables. Our evangelists are very active. You get to talk with your peers, and we will also be rolling out updated information about how you can become a member of the Serious Sellers Club. Are you up in the club, Bradley? I'm
up in the club. I think I was like messaging you at 11 p.m. last night. I was like, okay, I see like 50 people trying to get into the group. It was great. Like, guys, don't, if you, I'm pretty sure this group is hidden because it's only by invite only.
Yes.
But if you do get the invite from Cassandra, make sure to click on it because I want to start interacting with you guys as soon as possible in the Serious Sellers club. You 6, 7, and 8 figure sellers.
Yes.
Up in the club. All right. Guys, stay tuned for 2 more strategies, guys. We got 2 more killer ones that actually come from me, and our Helium 10 feature launch updates is coming right up, and we're going to have some bangers. All right. Now, let me ask you a question, though. How much money could the implementation of just a couple of these strategies, we had 15 strategies, guys. What could it mean for you? Like, let's say you just take Mina's strategy, which actually just won the most favorite strategy of the second half, where you pause the unprofitable version or variation targets. Let's say that just saves you 2% of needless PPC spend a day. All right. I'm not talking about overall, bottom line. I'm just saying 2% of actual just PPC spend. For my Project 5K account, where I spend $6,000 a month on PPC, that's a savings of $1,400 a year. Now, the one that actually won the best strategy on the beginning one, or won second place, I think actually, was Burak. Remember his shipping strategy? Let's say you guys learn that today and you use that for your next shipment. And instead of spending $10,000 to ship to New Jersey, you're spending $8,000 to ship to California. That's $2,000 savings right there. Now, guys, that's just 2 out of the 15 so far strategies we've gone over today. What did all of these experts have in common? Cassandra.
Gosh, am I supposed to reveal the answer? Oh, well, I guess
Reveal it.
we are Sell and Scale Summit. They will all be, that's only a few of the people that will be speaking at Sell and Scale Summit this September in Las Vegas, Nevada. Our first ever conference. Our
first ever, but not last. Now, guys, if you got that much value out of just 20 minutes of these strategies, or actually it probably took us about 30 minutes with our Zoom hiccups and everything, 30 minutes of strategies, you got tons of value. I think everybody agrees, right? How much value would you get 2 days of learning from them? Not to mention actually networking with them, being able to rub shoulders, ask them questions in person. If you can learn this much, this is like secondhand information. They pass something to me and I'm just passing it to you on a Zoom call in 30 minutes. How much can you learn from 2 days with people like this? What could that mean for your business? An extra $3,000 a year, $30,000 a year, more? In my first ever conference I went to, I learned about 2-step URLs. This was back in 2016, 2017. I took that, I mastered that process, and I went on to launch over 400 products in less than a year for clients. And that's what actually got me on the radar of Helium 10. So literally, I would not be here today if it wasn't for me going to that first conference, learning something, and then implementing it. I also learned in my second conference. I went to a little tiny conference I think it was called Midwest Conference or something like that. It was in Minnesota. All right. I learned about a repricing software that was free for wholesale and arbitrage. I ended up using it. I have been using it for 4 years straight. And I can't say how many thousands of dollars that technique has gotten me. Oh, yeah. By the way, the reason why I'm even able to use that software is going back to my first conference. I also learned about wholesale and I started my own wholesale account. And I've grossed over $2 million since then, just in like wholesale kind of strategies. That's what I took away from just 2 conferences that I went to. So I want you guys to picture yourself here at the Sell and Scale Summit. Now, if you're somebody who hasn't yet bought your ticket, by the way, in the chat, let me know who has bought their ticket already.
Oh, yeah.
I know there's a lot of you who have, but let's say you haven't yet, right? And maybe what was holding you back is you're like, can I afford to go? But you know what? I think a more important question for you to ask yourselves is, can I afford not to go? All right. If you're somebody who, like myself, actually puts into practice the things that you learn, how much money are you leaving on the table if you don't attend this to learn these things that you would be implementing as a strategy? Let's start with this. All right. So let's go ahead and give you guys what is cooking. Do we have somebody on Zoom? Hopefully they can put on their video right now. We've got a special guest. Are they here? Do you see them in the Zoom room?
I personally don't see them in the Zoom room yet, but I know the person who is our guest.
I see him.
Okay.
His camera's not on.
Oh, okay.
Sir Tacos, are you there?
I know he's just 2 doors down from me. I swear.
There we go.
Not in the tequila.
I am here. I was so busy laughing at your joke that I forgot to turn on my camera.
All right, Vince, what you got cooking for us?
Oh, we got a lot of things for you guys. Hopefully you're appreciating all this community stuff. So we are doing one more thing for you. We're introducing a brand new Amazon PPC course during Community Month. Now, this is going to be something that we've been working on for a while, and it's going to be for people that really wanted that extra bit of information. That we covered some of these things in Freedom Ticket, but we've been hearing requests from you guys. Can we get more in-depth training on our Amazon PPC? So this is an intermediate to advanced course that I've worked on with Mina Elias, who is also another PPC strategist. And hopefully you guys know who I am. I didn't really introduce myself, or did you guys?
You need no introduction, Vince. Come on.
Okay.
Now.
Well, you guys know that I work on Adtomic, so I'm here, talking really about Amazon PPC this time. We really want you guys to have the best strategies and best practices in place so you can be really successful with your PPC. And of course, Adtomic can help you advance all those things as well. But we're launching today with 4 different chapters, and we're going to be working on this and have a full course released for you guys by 9/1. But we really want you guys to take a look now. And Bradley, you can speak to this. We've actually got a QR code that is set up for you guys to.
This is special, guys. I hope we gave you guys lots of bonuses. This is a course that it's not even launching until 9/1, but we're like, hey, Vince is like, we got to get this people into it and give the people who come live a sneak peek and start to take the course. We've got 8 full modules, but so I see a bunch of people asking right now, how do I get in? All right, here you go. Here you go, guys. Take out your phones, guys. Use that QR code. There's a couple ways to sign up. We got tons of ways to sign up. You can go to h10.me/PPC Academy, or just hit that. Now, this is important, guys. Once you get to that page, you'll see this on the right-hand side. There's a button that says join the course. So just hit. It's so easy. This takes 30 seconds to do. You hit join the course, and then what email address? It's very important. Well, what email address, Vince, are they supposed to put in there?
They want to use the email address. I like the email that you put in here for me, sir. Just seeing that one. Thank you for that. You guys, make sure you use the email address that you use to log in to Helium 10, right? So don't use something else, because you want to make sure that everything's linked, just like you do for Freedom Ticket. So make sure that that is what you use.
And that's it. I mean, if you properly use your email address that you log in, once you do that, you're going to have access. But again, I saw there's about 10% of you who don't have a Helium 10 account. Guess what, guys? Can they get in, or are we locking them out, Vince?
No, they can get in, actually. So if you are a Helium 10 member, obviously we want you to use that. But if you're not, this is free right now. It's going to be free. I'm not going to tell you when it's going to be locked, but it's going to be locked eventually. Right now, it is free for you guys. So all you guys who are watching, who are new to maybe new to Amazon, new to Helium 10, we are, as you guys probably know, one of the leaders in training for Amazon. So Freedom Tickets are FBA full training course, but this is just another level that we're going a deeper dive into PPC, and it is free for you guys. So if you do hit that link, you're going to see this email like Bradley got that he's showing here.
Yeah. So if you have a free account, you're going to get an email like a username and password. And again, that takes, instead of 30 seconds, it takes you maybe 45 seconds now to log in. But even if you're free, you're going to be able to take advantage of this. Now, Cassandra, if you could do me a solid and go into our Helium 10 members Facebook group, and can you start a thread, please, and just say, hey, post your Helium 10 Academy, PPC Academy screen, Amazon PPC Academy
Amazon
screenshots
PPC
here.
Academy.
Yeah. So if you can start that thread. Now, what I want everybody to do, I want you guys, whether you're watching this on the replay or you're on this now, sign up and get into the course. You don't have to take a selfie, like we did for the Instagram, but just take a picture of it, like of your computer, just an easy picture of you in the course and in it, and then post it on Instagram and tag Helium 10 software in Instagram stories, or post it in the Facebook group. And for a couple of lucky winners, I'm going to send you a Helium 10 podcast microphone. It's the microphone that we have for $69 on Amazon right now. It's not just a simple microphone, but it's a very advanced microphone. So
the one I'm using right now.
It's the one that Vince is using right now. So guys, I'm going to pick a random one in each Instagram and from Facebook, our Facebook group, Helium 10 members. If you're in the group, take a picture of you taking the course. It could be a selfie if you want, or just take a picture of it and get in. So again, the 2 ways to get in, if you're a Helium 10 member, just hit this QR code, go to h10.me/PPC Academy, and then you're going to enter in your email address that you sign in to Helium 10 with, and that's it. What you do is you go back into your Helium 10 dashboard, and now you hit the freedom ticket, and and most of you guys have freedom ticket 3.0. You're going to see it right there next to freedom ticket.
That's the next slide.
Yep. Let me show you how that looks. Boom.
So if you already have access to freedom ticket, you guys should see this today. If you want to wait for the full course, though, again, that's going to be released in full on 9/1. But would love to get you guys to take a look and start giving some initial feedback. As long as that feedback isn't, when are the rest of the courses coming out? Because again, we're doing this special for you viewers today, but everyone's going to get notified about this on September 1st.
Yep. And real quick, I saw somebody post something like, "Oh yeah, I don't know if they're trying to advertise, but somebody said, oh yeah, there's a cool PPC Academy for $249 a month from this other website." Hope we were able to delete that message. But anyways, to reiterate, Vince, how much does this PPC course cost? Is this $199 instead of $249 like that other one is?
I love the fact that somebody posted the price of another course somewhere. Because guys, a course like this is typically going to cost you $250. That's cheap. So $250 minimum. A course like this is typically going to cost you around $500 to $1,000. And again, this is just something that we are doing as another benefit, just like we had, a freedom ticket, and we eventually made that all the way down, at the starter plan. Now we've got this PPC course. And right now, again, it's open up. It's free for all of you guys. I won't say how long it's going to be ungated, but it is right now. So, and it will be when it launches on September 1st. So you don't have to worry about spending $250+ somewhere else. You can really just get the best practices. I've been doing PPC for almost 7 years, 5 specifically just for Amazon sellers. So we've taken all that knowledge, put it into the course, and then leveraged, again, Mina Elias, who won the contest earlier about PPC. So this is kind of fitting. He's the one going to be teaching you all his tips and strategies that he uses to manage his many accounts, because he has an actual, PPC agency. And it's going to even include links to some of the spreadsheets that he uses in there. Yep. So it's going to be extremely beneficial for all of you guys who are really, either struggling with your PPC or just really want to find something to help you optimize and maximize your time more effectively.
I see a bunch of people are in. Christine was asking, "Hey, I just signed up. How long does it take? A year?" No, it's instant. Like once you, it literally takes 30 seconds. Once you put your email address, boom, goes the dynamite on your freedom ticket page. It's going to be there if you entered your email address correctly. I see a lot of people saying they're in. So remember, don't just be in. I want you guys after this call to go into it and actually start taking it. We gave you 8 modules. There's going to be more, but remember the official launch, nobody's going to get nobody knows about this, guys. Nobody's going to get an email about this or anything until September 1st. But we're like, this is community month. We gotta get our, PPC hungry people out there into this course. So you guys have access to the first 8 videos, and there will probably be more, coming up as well. There's how many total?
There at the end, there's going to be about 36 videos. So
wow.
We're giving you guys a snack side, giving you guys a taste, and then hopefully once all those modules are released, you guys are going to come back and take advantage of the full course.
Cassandra, somebody says they already posted on Instagram stories already. So
I'm also seeing the thread is popping already, Bradley. So you're going to have some tough competition to choose from.
I might have to give more prizes out. I might give more prizes if you guys keep going with it. So we want it. But again, guys, don't do this for the microphone. Do this to learn about PPC. That's why we opened it up to you guys. Get in there and learn. Speaking of PPC, you got another announcement for us, Vince.
Yeah, we've got a couple different things that we're launching, but real quick, I just want to say for those of you that are interested in the course and you check in, you tune in, you watch, and you see the 9/1 announcement. The next Taco Tuesday I have is with Mina Elias. So the first Tuesday of every single month, I do a live training session, and we're going to be going and looking at that course and giving some strategies and tips and tactics. So just put that on your calendars. But for those of you who are running and managing a lot of different campaigns, you're going to love this latest feature that we are working on for you guys. Now, right now, this is only available for our elite members. We do like to give them first crack at the latest updates in Adtomic. But this bulk uploads feature is something that many of you have been asking about for a while. And so, we take that into account and we listened. So this is a screenshot of our analytics page. If you guys are in Adtomic and use Adtomic, this is where you see all your account level information at a very high level. So you're going to see all of your data based on a portfolio level or a campaign level and so on. So we've added some bulk features in this. And to begin with, we started with our campaign level. And right now, you're going to be able to maybe change statuses across the board, across multiple campaigns, as well as change campaign budgets. Now you're going to be able to change them directly to a certain dollar amount or do percentage increases and things like that. And then we've also done the same thing on our target level page. So same thing across multiple targets. If you guys, have just maybe a handful of campaigns, you can have hundreds of targets. So this is a really beneficial way at a high level. Just look at everything. Use our advanced filters to really look at the data that you want to maybe optimize, or just maybe get an idea of what's happening with certain data sets. Our filters are really, really good to drill down into that data, and then you can make changes on that result. So you can do on this page, you can make those changes. Again, you want to turn something off or on, make it enabled or pause. If you want to change the bid of a particular keyword or sets of keywords, you can do that here. And in order to make this really super effective, the previous view in analytics was just 100 lines of data per page. So to make this more effective now in analytics, you can see up to 500 lines of data. So you don't have to go through 5 different pages now to make changes. You can select 500 now at the bottom of Adtomic, and it's going to show you if you have that much campaigns, it'll show them. You probably easily have that many targets if you've got a big account. But again, this is for our elite members, and we're looking forward to their feedback. Awesome. And then we'll be letting all of you guys know when it's released to diamond level and beyond.
That is awesome. Thank you so much for that. I mean, people have been at, all of our Adtomic users have been asking for this for a long time. So it's really exciting to see this happen. Thank you for both of these announcements. I see tons of people in the course right now. So Vince, thank you for all the work. You put tens and hundreds of hours of work into this course. This wasn't just something he did a live video. Let's just record this. No, a lot of work went into this. So thank you, Vince, and Mina as well. And then we'll be finding out more about this in the next Tacos Tuesday, as mentioned. Yep, so thanks, Vince, for coming on here.
Thank you.
All right, guys, let's keep going. We are not stopping. Next is we have new listing analyzer updates. These are live right now, for your accounts. If you're using Listing Analyzer, you'll notice a new widget right there on the top where it says My Product. So now if you have your Seller Central account connected to Helium 10, you can actually select one of your own products to analyze as the core product in Listing Analyzer. And when you do that on the output, which is the second page of Listing Analyzer, this is super cool, guys. You're actually going to be able to see your entire sales history of that product on Listing Analyzer. And in addition, you're going to have the new mini tool, ASIN, what's it called? ASIN Insights, I think it's called, right here. It's not named that, but I think that's our name for it, is ASIN Insights, where let's say you have an alert that happened. If you guys have Helium 10 alerts activated, like you got a 5-star review, or you changed the title, or your image changed, or you lost the buy box, all of these things that are alerts on your account, it's going to graph it on this history of sales. Like, for example, right here on August 13th, we got a new 5-star product review. So maybe I want to see, well, does this help our sales? What if I got a 1-star review? Did my sales go down after that? These are important things you're now going to be able to see in Listing Analyzer, guys. How cool is that? All right. Also, when you scroll down now, regardless if this is your product or another product, you're not only going to have a chart of history of the BSR, which we've never had before in Listing Analyzer, the main BSR category, you're going to have a full history of the sub BSR or the subcategory BSR. For example, this is one of our coffin shelves. It's showing the BSR history of home and kitchen for it, but it's also showing the BSR history of floating shelves. So a lot of people have been asking, hey, we want to see the subcategory BSR too. Well, guess what? Ask and ye shall receive. You've got the sub category BSR. Anybody excited about that? Let me know in the comments if you're going to be using that one to be able to see how your subcategory BSR works. All right, now the next one. You guys remember how in the first BBL we launched the super cool inventory heat maps where you could look all over the country and see where your inventory is being stored in warehouses? Well, guess what? This is not available yet. It's coming next week or the week after. Sales heat maps, guys. Oh my goodness. What in the world? This is incredible. I've been wanting this forever, guys. Now you're going to be able to see where your sales at in the United States. You're going to be able to view it by county, by state, by zip code. Are you like selling out your coffin shelves in Boise, Idaho? Are your sales completely dead in Timbuktu, North Dakota? I'm just making up cities now. In North Dakota, like whatever your use case is, you're going to be able to see where your sales are hottest and where they are the coldest. You're even going to be able to download like this, like let's say by zip code, and then maybe you want to start running Google ads in the hot areas. Like if you have a product that's really hot in a certain set of zip codes, now you can like geo-target your Google ads to that zip codes, because you know from your Amazon data from Helium 10 that you are selling in that zip code. Oh my goodness, my mind is just being blown right here. Another use case, guys, you can show this map to, like, let's say you're trying to get into a chain of brick and mortar stores in South Florida, all right? And then you look at this Florida chart, like you can now show them this, like zoom in and say, look, this is my sales heat map. And obviously this product is super hot in South Florida. I think your customers would like it. I mean, the possibilities of this, guys, are endless. And I'm sure you guys are going to come up with some more use cases yourself. So what do you guys think? Oh my goodness, look at all these comments. How cool is that? Pretty cool, I think. Love this sales heat map in Mexico or Europe. Guys, this came from you asking us for this. So this was the first one that was asked for United States. So if you guys want this for the other marketplace, absolutely let our team know. So shout out to, by the way, on the Adtomic tool, shout out to Taryn, our product manager, who got that ready for the bulk upload. For our listing analyzer new updates, shout out to Rachel and Vincent, who worked hard. And now for this sales heat map, shout out to Scott and his team, who worked really hard on this. All right, guys, the last product release of the day, something that's been asked for almost 3 years. Introducing the Helium 10 Chrome extension search expander. All right. So now you're on Amazon. This is going to be available whenever the Google Chrome store updates our extension. So probably this weekend. We already submitted it. You're going to be able to type in a keyword and you're going to see tons of stuff. Number one, you're going to see what Amazon autocomplete, the search volume of all of the ones from Amazon autocomplete. You're going to see this related keyword section. I'm going to talk about more about that later. This is completely unique. There's no other tool that can do this, guys. That's looking at like related keywords. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. I'm going to show you what that is. You're going to see the keywords after coffin. So like if you enter coffin, this is going to be kind of like the autocomplete in Magnet. What are some of the top search terms that start with coffin? What are the top search terms that end with coffin? Like coffin, what comes before coffin? You know, like inflatable coffin, fake nails coffin. And again, something exclusive to us is using Smart Complete in Magnet, which remember doesn't take even this in phrase form. Like let's say I had coffin shelf, it's going to take like a broad PPC match for this. Not only are you going to see, guys, the search volume of all this, you're going to be able to start looking without even clicking on it. You just put your mouse over and you're going to be able to see things like the search volume trend, title density. Like imagine doing product research on the fly. You just type in a word. You don't even press anything. This is like, you've heard of one-click filters. This is a zero-click filter. All right, this is a zero-click tool. You don't even have to type in anything. You type in coffin and you just mouse over and you're going to be able to see, oh my goodness, look at this keyword that has 15,000 searches and a title density of 3. Guys, this is crazy. It's like Helium 10 woke up today and says, I choose violence. This is ridiculous what we're doing here. Oh my goodness. I can't even contain myself here. Competing products, title density, the search volume trend, the related keywords. I don't know if you guys have noticed, this is super, super cool. Sometimes when you're on Amazon and you're searching a keyword, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, Amazon is literally telling you what are the 6, according to the Amazon algorithm, the 6 keywords that are related most to whatever you just searched. All right. This is a screenshot of it here at the bottom. You see this related searches. Not every Amazon search has this, but some of them do. Maybe you've seen this. So without even having to scroll all the way to the bottom to see what those are, you're now going to see that. Let me just go back here right at the top. And not only that, you're going to get insights into those keywords instantly of their search volume and title density and stuff like that. So guys, this is coming. The Helium 10 search expander to your Chrome extension probably this weekend. And again, shout out to Simon and his team who really worked hard on this. Are you guys like excited about this stuff? I see a lot of people using a lot of like vowels in their words. Like Shah just said, this is good tools and this is awesome.
Lots of all caps. Yeah. People
all caps.
Emojis. It's happening. Oh yeah.
Yes. All right. Cassandra, like, like I said, all of these, suggestions came from users. So if they have other ideas, how can they let us know what they want?
So definitely you can go to your Helium 10 member dashboard and request a feature and share your suggestions and ideas. But you can also come to our Helium 10 Facebook groups and share your suggestions with us there. As I mentioned, we have an entire army of Helium 10 members in there and team members from internally that will see all of your questions and suggestions that you have or tool requests. And you can leave a comment. Bradley's in there, Carrie, Shivali, Lem, myself. If we don't see it, we have a team of moderators that'll flag it to us. So be sure to head to our Facebook groups and suggest a new tool feature, etc.
Awesome. All right, guys. I told you I have 2 more elite strategies for you guys. So let me go ahead and give you guys that before we get your questions ready. All right. This is strategy number 16. We had 15. This is strategy number 16. And these are ones that I've been using myself and a lot of the elite members have been using. So what you can do is you can actually search for any keyword and find what Amazon is telling you are the most purchased items after that search. That's like the holy grail. Like people think, oh, I can see that in brand analytics. No, you can only see the top 3 clicked in brand analytics, but Amazon is actually showing you the top 20 items that are purchased after the search of any keyword. Where do you find that? Here's how you do it. Search for any keyword on Amazon. For example, coffin shelf. In the search results, click on any organic result after you search for a keyword. All right. And then scroll to the very bottom of the page. And what you're going to see is this new widget, or it's not new. It's been actually out for a couple of months. Amazon's been hiding it and then bringing it back. Customers who search for coffin shelf ultimately bought. These products here, guys, this is not a random order. I tested this out. Mel helped me out on this data dive tool, data dive, like big thing that we did. We're like, hey, let's dive deep into this and find out which products are really showing up. And then we compared it to brand analytics. And sure enough, our data showed that the ones on the left on page 1 here, these are the top purchased items for this. But you don't just get the top 3 like brand analytics. You can actually see additional ones as well, all the way up to 20. Crazy amount of data that Amazon is literally showing to the whole entire world. This is just on any Amazon page. So guys, start using this strategy as well. Strategy number 17, there are some new fields to index keywords, guys. I call this a super indexable field. It's called special features. All right, special features. Now, the cool thing about this is, first of all, it's what I call a super indexable field because it's one of those fields where you enter something into the back end, in 15 minutes, you're indexed. Like instantly, you're indexed. That means you're searchable. That doesn't mean you're ranked on page 1 or something. Index is a different word. So you're indexed in 15 minutes. You try and put something in your description and your bullet points. It might take a few days for you to be indexed. You're indexed instantly. Not only that, you can add different lines and it actually shows up on the product page above the bullet points. This is like having a super bullet point even above the bullet point. So you see here, I put special features, hook for hanging included, and coffin shelf. Boom goes the dynamite. It's right here above the bullet points, right? Hook for hanging included, coffin shelf. So guys, don't keyword stuff here because it's going to show on your regular page, but put some of your most important keywords here as long as it makes sense, and it's going to index instantly, give you some rank juice, and it's actually going to go above your bullet points in some of the categories like home and kitchen. Another thing that's coming, guys, is there's going to be new lines of description. So check your listings. A lot of you probably have access to this and you didn't even realize it. You know how there always was, bullet points, and I could do add more for 5 to 10 bullet points. Guess what? Amazon is coming out with this same thing, but for the product description. Right here, this is the coffin shelf listing. I had an add more, right? Now, you put something here now, nothing is going to happen. Like, I don't know if Amazon accidentally released this. I just discovered it completely by accident, but it is not active yet. So I put something here. It didn't happen. I talked to Amazon. They're like, oh, no, this is not ready yet. It's going to come later. But you know how you can't do HTML in your product description anymore? So everything is just one big bunch of text. Well, this now will allow you to have paragraphs. And even if you have A+ content, now you're going to have more fields that you can get indexed for in the back end for keywords that you couldn't put anywhere else in your listing. So super cool. Hopefully you guys are going to be able to take advantage of this. Maybe you heard it here first. New product description fields are coming to the back end of your listing, depending on which category you're coming into. So I say, even though it's not fully published yet, go get a head start. Look up what keywords you want to index for and what you want to put in your second paragraph of description, and start putting them in there so that when Amazon turns this on, you will be ready to go.
Bigger, Better Launch Hub. Oh, yes. We now have all of our Bigger, Better Launch webinars in a hub where you can find all of our past launch webinars as well as everything upcoming and for the future. We have some placeholders. So be sure to head over to helium10.com/launches, not lunches, launches. Lunches.
Does it say lunch here? Okay. I'm always paranoid that when I write it out, that's literally my fear that I'm going to write it wrong and then I'm not going to notice on the slide. Guys, next month, the BBL or Bigger Better Launch is actually going to be there at Sell and Scale. It's going to be on the stage, but we're also going to stream that live. Now, somebody else asked, hey, what about the rest of it? Is it going to be streamed live or recorded? No, we're not going to have recordings of Sell and Scale. You have to go there in person. But the Bigger Better Launch, you think that this was game changing? Hashtag game changing, guys. Wait until you see what the chef has cooking. And I'm not the chef as in the Helium 10 product team has cooking for September. It's going to be crazy. Thanks to Cassandra. Thanks to Vince for coming on here. All the people who worked on these slides and the product team at Helium 10 for making these amazing tools and launches that we can provide this. The team that rushed to put together the PPC Academy so that we can make sure 242 people got in there today. Everybody who worked on this, Gio, Sean in the background. I know I'm forgetting a lot of names. Sydney, everybody, Shivali, who's on the chat. Thanks to everybody who made this possible. Thanks to you guys for coming. This is Community Month, so especially thanks to you guys. We will see you at Sell and Scale Summit in September. Bye-bye, guys.